gonna head out on a call. I got a call for an ice maker at a restaurant that's they're still closed, but he said he wanted to fire the ice machine up, and it's a Manitowoc, and it threw the little warning signal, and he said it quit making ice. So we're gonna head out there and take a look at it, and they're just like every other restaurant in town, trying to figure out how they're going to open. Today's Thursday, I think it's May 7th, and I guess the governor's going to try and do this we're going to go to phase 2, like soft opening. I think like the surf shop can reopen, the sporting goods stores, retail can open up for like curbside pickup, flower shops can open. I don't know if you can still get a haircut or not yet. We'll have to find out. And yeah, I'm a super tech. We'll have to see how it goes, but these restaurants are having a hell of a time figuring out what the rules are going to be. So let's get out there.
Specially calibrated hands. Super tech.
All right, here's the sad reality of our industry. It's all shut down and empty. No product. As we take a look at the restaurant business and what it has become, you can't help to think of all the laughter and joy people had sharing meals in these tables, and the workers dialoguing with each other at their jobs, and the beautiful seascapes, and the people sitting on the deck enjoying a cocktail looking at this gorgeous view, and the uncertainties of not knowing when a business like this will ever open again, or if it'll even make it after it tries to open with new rules and restrictions. Service, hit the check box. Let's see. All right, there it is. H.V.A.C fault. I was scrolling in the wrong place. Let's see. Possible causes. Install hot ambient. Yep, I bet you the condenser on the roof is filthy, because this is a remote condenser. Bet you that's what it is. Let's clear that alert, and we'll hit exit. And let's get out of here. And let's turn the machine on. I saw another problem here too while I was looking at it. So it starts its cycle, right? And it's going to do the dump out. And look how slow the water is coming out of here. So I bet the drain, I've always had a problem with this unit on maintenance. Where the dump valve is, that drain gets plugged and it won't pump out fast enough. And look at that one-handed ice curtain taker offer. It's not dumping out the water enough, fast enough to drain the sump out. You see that? That sump should get drained out. So that's an issue there. Definitely going to have to clean out the drain line on this unit. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. And I want to go up to the roof and take a look at that condenser here out of the dump valve. And it goes back in the back, and it always gets full of sludge and shit. And I like to get my nitrogen rig on there and blow it out. And it has a vent tube on it, so sometimes I'll put my, I got this hose, it's just a chopped off refrigerant hose I'll shove down there and get it cleaned out. I'm going to blow it out with nitro. I haven't pulled the tube out, I'll show it to you guys. So it's got some scuzz built up. Not a whole lot. We're going to clean it out. But the rest of the tube is half-inch PVC, and it always gets full of the crud. One thing I like to do when I walk up to Manitowoc ice makers for you new guys, check your dump valve, man. If it's in ice making mode and you got water coming out of the drain in freeze mode, you probably got a dump valve that's leaking by, and that'll cause all kinds of havoc. That used to be a real common issue. And that's one little heads up. Just basic stuff, so, you know, check the basics. But I couldn't help myself. I got this stuff all tidied up. And I was using the dishwasher and some steel wool stuff. I swear in another lifetime I must have been a dishwasher, dude. There's some of the stuff that falls into the bin when you're cleaning the ice maker. That's just from cleaning the head. Just a little bit. I got to get this sanitized out too. I'm going to get the garden hose for that. We'll get her cleaned up. So I've been scrubbing the bin with the steel wool. You can see I got all the bubbles going from the sanitizer. Getting this bin cleaned out. And you got to get the garden hose in there and get after it. Scrub it, kook. Bubble factory. I almost put a little too much sanitizer in there. Look. Bubble factory. It's funny, we talked about that yesterday, but I put a lot of sanitizer in the bin and scrubbed it with the steel wool. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, that bin smelled like S. It was bad. All right, now we'll finally get up to the roof and look at that condenser. I'm gonna bring the hose up with me. It's my little hole I crawl out of. And when I get out here, the first thing I notice, that coil needs a washing. We'll hit it up while we're out here too. And there's our ice maker condenser. Woo, baby. Roached. That's why I had the H.V.A.C code. This one we have to backwash it. Let me turn these off. I'm gonna wash this coil too because I'm up here with the hose. Let's get her scrubbed up. There it is. See the waves coming in down there. Yeah, it's been a little while. How did it go when we changed this condensing unit out? And it went like this in that video. It's somewhere on my channel. Back to reality. Let's get this lid off here. One more. Ooh, look at that. We got to tidy that up. That's not good. Okay, let's get this lid off. Got the lid off, and the ocean's just having its way with this condenser. And the motor, not super happy. It's time for a new condenser for this ice maker. But for the meantime, I'm gonna have to get it tidied up a little bit. So I'm gonna want to get low water pressure and just try and knock a bunch of the junk off. Oh yeah, that's all solarized and toast right there. That flex connector. Oh yeah, we still got the Manitowoc label over here. Let's get a picture of this so I can get a price for a new coil. This was put in 2015, so this coil lasted 5 years at the ocean. And that's what you get. If you can get 5 to 7 years right by the water, there's the ocean, you've done good. So that's where we're at. So I'll get the stream like this, and I'll just let it gently do its thing. See how we make out here. If we'll amp out that motor when it's running, but dude, the state of this coil, it would be criminal to put a motor in here. You know what I mean? I mean, you just got to talk your customer out of that one. Boy, that's some funny looking scuzz right there. Look at that. I don't know, man. That's a trip. That looks trippy. I've never seen anything like that. We got some coil cleaner on the top. Here's what the bottom looks like. Trying to get it going, and then I got this guy too, the neighbor. Just because we're up here, no one's gonna bring a hose up here, so just being friendly to the neighbor. And then we got to get an amp probe on this after we get the ice maker fired back up. See what state that motor's in. Here, I got it rinsed out good. I got that guy cleaned up, but here's the autopsy. And then I'll show you the bottom. You still won't believe what the bottom of this coil looks like, but this is what's coming out of there. It's just all fin. Aluminum fin, petrified aluminum fin, ate up by the salt air. Then that's all aluminum, dust, pieces of coil. And then the bottom of it still looks like that. You can't brush it. So it is what it is. Breathe. You can see it's breathing a little bit. If I can get the camera right. Yeah, she's breathing a little bit, see? Weird. That's some hammered down dog dookie right there. So there's the condenser part. We'll let that dry out. All right, so I'm filming in 50 frames per second, or 60 frames per second. So the fan looks like it's going slow, but it's not. So the motor's over, it's over current. It's supposed to be 1 amp, 1.2. The bearings sound terrible. On a coil that's in this shape, hey man, you're not changing that fan motor out. That'd be criminal. When it fails, it's new coil if they don't want to jump on the bid. There's nothing else you can do. Of course, they want ice in there. Easy for me to say. The restaurant's closed. You know, they want some ice in there. What can you do? Communicate. Let the customer know where it's at, what's going to happen. It's probably going to die on a Friday night, like it always does. And then just be ready to jump with your bid is all you can do. That little unity meter came in handy on tight places. I can set the setting down to 2 amps, see if it even gets closer. Takes it out another decimal point. You can hear the bearings sound terrible in it. All right, there we go. We're in harvest right now. I just got the price for the coil. I'm making up the quote on a brown paper bag, old school style, for that condenser. Condensers aren't cheap for these things, let me tell you. Bridge thickness on it's a little thick for me. Almost there. I think the customer kind of likes it like this for the cocktails. It broke apart pretty good for the most part. Not too shabby.